Mel, when you spoke before the Reading game, you talked about a potential banana skin. I think at times in the first half it felt like it might be that. You must be really pleased that you showed a bit of a different side, so get the win in the end.
Yeah, I think it was a really important result. It wasn't quite the performance that we hope to produce, but ultimately it's a results business, and you know we wanted the 3 points.
And you had 3 players getting on the score sheet for the first time this season, which I think has been coming, but that must be a massive lift both for you and for them.
Yeah, I was delighted for all 3 of them. Ellen was unlucky midweek against Sheffield. She hit the crossbar, and she actually said after the game, she said, "I feel like it's coming." I was delighted. I thought she took it really well. Not an easy finish on the full volley, and she's guided it into the space and the goal. And Liz has been working really hard. Been doing lots of little extra bits with Liz as well. So it doesn't matter how they go in. And hopefully that'll be the first of many for her. And what a goal from Katie Kitchen. I think that's what she's about. She's a runner, and if you give her that much space, she's going to punish any team. But what a composed finish when she got there, because you can quite easily thrash them over the bar as well. So very composed, and great finish.
You talked a lot about over the years with set pieces. Obviously, it can be such a massive difference in tight games, and this season's already shown it, hasn't it? It's something you're utilising really well.
Yeah, absolutely. And we keep telling the players that the majority of the goals in this league are from set pieces, and to finally start scoring from a few is important, because if we didn't score them goals, it would have been a lot closer. And we spend a lot of time, Steph spends a lot of time with the players on a Saturday going through all the set pieces and knowing their roles. When we've got for and against, and little bits of movement, staying in your position, you can quite easily follow the ball and come out your space, but they all did their jobs, and we've plucked the rewards from it really.
You obviously going ahead to Sunday, the opposition got their first win last weekend, so they'll obviously come into a high, and I suppose it just goes to show that you can't be complacent at all. They've been a decent team over the last few years as well, so they've plenty of threats. Yeah,
they've had a big turnover as well of players. They've lost some really good players, so they're probably in a bit of a rebuild themselves. They find themselves at the bottom, which is unfamiliar for a team like Lewes, because they've normally been really competitive. So it's going to be a tough game. A very long travel on Saturday to go down there in the storm. Hopefully the weather's all right when we get there. But it's going to be a tough game, and we had conversations this week with the team that when you're up there and you're unbeaten, you're there to be shot at. People want to beat you. People want to be the first team to beat Sunderland. So that's kind of what we're carrying now, and we have to make sure that we're at it every time we step on the pitch, because we want to remain undefeated for as long as possible.
Just reflect on the news last week about Kira. Obviously, it's a massive shame, because obviously she's still had so much to give, but at the same time, an incredible journey she's been on for the club and what she's achieved as well.
Yeah, unbelievable player. I think I said in the press release, she's definitely the most important person to ever wear the red and white stripes at this football club for the women's team. It's such a shame she couldn't go out the way she wanted to go out. She tried her best. She's a warrior. She wanted just to try and keep playing and tape her ankle up, and I think the last minute she had was Blackburn pre-season, and she was just in absolute agony when she came off the pitch, and it's not nice to see, and it was something that she just couldn't recover from.
Obviously the statement said that Kira will stay around the club. Do you have any kind of plans for that, or are you just going to kind of take as it comes a little bit and see what the right fit is? Yeah, I mean,
Kira's still under contract until the end of the season, so she's still going to be in and around, as a normal player would for now, and ultimately Kira has to decide, what avenue now she wants to go down, whether she's wants to go down the coaching route and start getting some coaching badges, which she can through the PFA, who are also supporting Kira. It's too soon for her to really pin down what she wants to do, but whatever Kira wants to do at this football club, we can support her in whatever she wants to do.
You said they're to be shot at, unbeaten, joint top. I mean, that brings a pressure with it, doesn't it? But it's a privileged kind of pressure, I suppose, as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's something that this squad in particular, as a Sunderland squad, hasn't really experienced for a long time. And the pressure is to keep performing and not to be complacent, because the moment you think you can just go and win a game and not do all the basics is the moment someone's going to shoot you down. So playing with that pressure and the expectations to win and to score week in, week out is difficult. But that's the position that we've got ourselves in, and that's what we want. And I'd rather be at the top end than the bottom end. So, we just have to make sure we're at the races every time we step on the pitch.
And how do you instill that in the players when you say the group doesn't have much experience in being in that position? What do you do to try and keep that momentum within the group?
I think it's about with demanding standards every time they train, not to let them go complacent in training. I think it's evident that the starting team hasn't really changed much throughout the course of the season, and then players have to produce in training as well as games, and those who aren't yet in the 11 need to keep pushing in order to get in, so that that we need the competition, and the competition drives the standards.